Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 3. We have been hearing the beautiful description of the appearance of Lord Krishna, how he is not born like an ordinary child, but he appears in front of Vasudeva and Devaki in his beautiful four-armed form, fully decorated with ornaments and clothes, also wearing garland. So we're going to continue. Jagu Kinnara Gandharvas.
We are on text 12. We are on
12,
text
is
12.
it?
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, not 7. 12. Why doesn't this work? 12. Okay. Atainam astod adavarya purusham
Athenam astot avadharya purusham
param natanga kritadehi kritanjalihi
param ritangaha kritadihi kritanjali
swarochisha bharata sutika graham
Swarochisha bharatasutika
virochayantam katabihi prabhavavat.
Virochayantam gatabhi prabhavavi.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Maharaj Parikshit, descendant of King Bharat, Vasudev could understand that this child was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. Having concluded this without a doubt, he became fearless. Bowing down with folded hands and concentrating his attention, he began to offer prayers to the child, who illuminated his birthplace by his natural influence. So as soon as Vasudev sees Krishna, what does he do?
He understands that he is Lord and he becomes fearless.
And then?
And then he offers prayers with folded hands. He began to offer prayers to the Lord.
Yeah, so we can see here, Vasudeva is understanding this is God himself, so he's offering prayers now. Struck with such great wonder, Vasudeva now concentrated his attention on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Understanding the influence of the Supreme Lord, he was surely fearless, since he understood that the Lord had appeared to give him protection. Gatabi Prabhavavit. Now Krishna is here with him, so he's completely fearless. Our fears are because we turn away from Krishna. The more we take shelter of Krishna, the more fearless we will become. Understanding that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present, he appropriately offered prayers as follows. Shri Vasudeva Vachan
Shri Vasudev Uvacha
Viditosi Bhavan Sakshat
Viditosi Bhavan Sakshat
Purusha Prakrite Paraha
Purushaha Prakritihi Paraha
Keval Anubhavananda
Keval Anubhavananda
Swarupa Sarva Buddhidrik.
Swarupaha Sarva Buddhidrik.
Vasudev said, My Lord, you are the Supreme Person, beyond material existence, and you are the super soul. Your form can be perceived by transcendental knowledge, by which you can be understood as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I now understand your position perfectly. Within Vasudev's heart, affection for his son and knowledge of the Supreme Lord's transcendental nature both awaken. So he has affection also because the Lord is his son, but he also understands that this is God himself, the absolute truth who is now standing before me. In the beginning, Vasudev thought, such a beautiful child has been born, but now Kamsa will come and kill him. But when he understood that this was not an ordinary child, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he became fearless. Right? So initially when he saw Krishna, he saw this is my child. And then he got the fear, Kamsa will come and kill him. But then he understood, no, this is God himself, this is Krishna. No one can kill Krishna. So regarding his son as the Supreme Lord, wonderful in everything, he began offering prayers appropriate for the Supreme Lord. Completely free from fear of Kamsa's atrocities, he accepted the child simultaneously as an object of affection and as an object of worship by prayers. So there's two feelings here. Prabhupada is explaining. What did he get? Two things happened when Vasudev saw Krishna.
One is the affection,
Affection, yeah. And
because
the other,
he felt that he's my child, so he had the affection for the child. But
that's
when he saw that Krishna is the Lord himself, he became fearless.
yeah, yeah. Sa eva praकृत्येदम
स एव स्वप्रकृत्या idam
श्रेष्ठवाग्रे त्रिगुणात्मकम्
सृष्ट्वाग्रे त्रिगुणात्मकम्
तद अनुत्वम हि अप्रविष्टः
तत् अनु त्वं हि अप्रविष्टः
प्रविष्ट इव भाव्यसे.
प्रविष्टा इव भाव्यसे.
My Lord, you are the same person who in the beginning created this material world by his personal external energy. After the creation of this world of three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, you appear to have entered it, although in fact you have not. In Bhagavad Gita 7.4, the Supreme Personality of Godhead clearly explains, Bhumi rapo nalo vayu, kham mano buddhire vacha, ahankara iti yamme, bhinna prakritir ashtadha. This material world of three modes of nature, sattva gun, rajogun, and tamogun, is a composition of earth, water, fire, air, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all of which are energies coming from Krishna. Yet, Krishna, being always transcendental, is aloof from this material world. So Krishna is saying this material world made of this earth, water, air, fire, ether, yeah, all these things is coming from me. But he does not live here. This is material world, this is energy. Those who are not in pure knowledge think that Krishna is a product of matter and that his body is material like ours, avajalanti mamuda. In fact, however, Krishna is always aloof from this material world. So when Krishna came to this material world, is his body material or is it spiritual?
Spiritual.
Yeah, spiritual. He never takes a material body. Krishna never takes a material body. We take material body. That's the difference between Krishna and us. In the Vedic literature, we find the creation described in relationship to Mahavishnu, as stated in the Brahma Samhita 535. Ekopi asau rachayitum jagat andakotim yat shaktir asti jagat andachaya yat antaha andantarastha paramanu chayantrastham govindamadi purusham tam aham bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, the original personality of Godhead. By his partial plenary expansion as Mahavishnu, he enters into material nature. Then he enters every universe as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And then he enters all the elements, including every atom of matter, as Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So Lord Brahma in his Brahma Samhita is telling us how this creation has happened. That Govinda is the Supreme Lord. He's the original form of God. Then Govinda, he expands as Mahavishnu. From him, Mahavishnu's body, so many millions of universes come out. Then Mahavishnu enters into every universe as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And then this Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters into every atom of the universe as Kshirodakshai Vishnu. Such manifestations of cosmic creation are innumerable. Both in the universes and in the individual atoms. Govinda is partially exhibited as Antaryami, the super soul, who enters this material world anda antarastha and who is also within the atom. So the Paramatma is an expansion of Krishna. Where Paramatma is coming from? Paramatma is coming from Krishna. He's a partial expansion of Krishna. We can see Kshirodakshai Vishnu is the Paramatma. He's there in everyone's heart and he's also inside every atom. The Brahma Samhita 548 further says, Yasyaikan nishvasita kalam athavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagat andanatha Vishnur mahansa iha yasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tam aham bhajami. This verse describes Mahavishnu as a plenary expansion of Krishna. Mahavishnu lies on the causal ocean, and when he exhales, millions of Brahmandas or universes come from the pores of his body. Then, when Mahavishnu inhales, all these Brahmandas disappear. Thus, the millions of Brahmandas, controlled by the Brahmans and other demigods, come and go in this material world through the breathing of Mahavishnu. So then Lord Brahma is also telling us that how this creation is happening. Till when does the creation exist? With the breathing out of Mahavishnu. When Mahavishnu breathes out, all these unlimited number of universes is coming from where? From the pores of his body. And when he breathes in, all these Brahmandas are going back into his body. So that's one powerful breathing, When he's breathing out, all these universes are coming out. Breathing in, all the universes go back into his body. You can see there's a difference between God and us, right? When we breathe in, what do? Maximum few germs will go inside, some dust will go inside. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Foolish persons think that when Krishna appears as the son of Vasudeva, he is limited like an ordinary child. So people may think that, well, Krishna was not God when he was born, he became God later. He got later the knowledge. Or some people think, oh, well, Krishna was just an ordinary human being. Same to same. Krishna and me, same. Maybe just little difference. But no, Krishna is God himself. But Vasudeva was aware that although the Lord had appeared as his son, the Lord had not entered Devaki's womb and then come out. Rather, the Lord was always there. So Vasudeva understood. It's just that he manifested himself. He's always there inside every atom, right? So he is there in Devaki's heart. He just came out. The Supreme Lord is all pervading, present within and without. Pravishta eva bhavyase. He only seemed to have entered the womb of Devaki and to have now appeared as Vasudev's child. The expression of this knowledge by Vasudeva indicates that Vasudeva knew how these events took place. Vasudeva was certainly a devotee of the Lord in full knowledge, and we must learn from devotees like him. So here Vasudeva is explaining to us that although Krishna has come as his child, Krishna is not an ordinary child. He is God himself. He's telling here now with his prayers. Bhagavad Gita 4:34 therefore recommends tat vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshayanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So Krishna is telling us how to get knowledge. Krishna is saying, approach a spiritual master, Tattvagyani. He's a Tattvadarshi. He's seen the truth. So you approach such a spiritual master. Then what you do? Inquire, submissive inquiry, not challenging, but submissive inquiry to clear the doubts that we have. We may have doubts, we may have questions. So we need to get some answers for them. So we ask and render service unto him. And then by being pleased, the self-realized soul, he can tell us, he can give us this knowledge because he has the knowledge. Somebody has 1 million NT, they can give us. If they don't have, how they will give us? Vasudeva begot the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yet he was in full knowledge of how the Supreme Lord appears and disappears. He was therefore Tattvadarshi, a seer of the truth, because he personally saw how the Supreme Truth appeared as his son. So Vasudeva, he's seeing also. He's seeing the absolute truth. He's understanding how the Lord has appeared. So he is Tattvadarshi, Prabhupada is explaining. Vasudeva was not in ignorance, thinking that because the Supreme Godhead had appeared as his son, the Lord had become limited. The Lord is unlimitedly existing and all-pervading, inside and outside. Thus, there is no question of his appearance or disappearance. So Vasudeva understands that now, just because God has appeared as my son, that he's doesn't mean that he's not God anymore. He understands this, that he's still God. He's just appeared right now as my son. Is that okay?
So this they're telling like what prayers he was offering and what was Vasudevji's understanding for the absolute
That's
truth
right.
about Krishna, right? Like how he knew everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's seeing Krishna, he's understanding this is God, this is my child, and God has appeared as my child. So, but he's still God, so he's offering these prayers. Yate me vikrita bhavas,
Yathe me vikratya bhava
tatha te vikrite saha,
tatha te vikrate saha
nana virya prathak bhuta,
nana virya prathak bhuta
Virajam janayantihi.
Virajam janayantihi.
Sanipatya samutpadya.
Sanipatya samutpada.
Drishyante nugata iva.
Drishyante anugatta iva.
Prag eva vidyamanatvan.
Prak eva vidyamanatvat.
Na tesham iha sambhavaha.
Na tesham iha sambhavaha.
Evam bhavan buddhyanu meya lakshaner.
Evam bhavan buddhi anumeya lakshane.
Rayer gunesan apitat gunakraha.
Granir sanapi tat gunagrana agraha.
Anavritva anavritatvad bahir antaram nate.
Anavritatvad vahi antaram nate.
Sarvasya sarvatmana atmavastunaha.
Sarvasya sarva atmana atmavastunaha.
The Mahatattva, the total material energy, is undivided, but because of the material modes of nature, it appears to separate into earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Because of the living energy Jiva Bhuta, these separated energies combine to make the cosmic manifestation visible. But in fact, before the creation of the cosmos, the total energy is already present. Therefore, the total material energy never actually enters the creation. Similarly, although you are perceived by our senses because of your presence, you cannot be perceived by the senses, nor experienced by the mind or words. Avan manasa gochara. With our senses, we can perceive some things, but not everything. For example, we can use our eyes to see, but not to taste. Consequently, you're beyond perception by the senses. Although in touch with the modes of material nature, you are unaffected by them. You are the prime factor in everything, the all pervading, undivided supersoul. For you, therefore, there is no external or internal. You never entered the womb of Devaki. Rather, you existed there already. The same understanding is explained by the Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani na chaham teshva avastita. By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So Krishna is saying that everything is in him. Everything is his energy. By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. The Brahman is everywhere. This material world is also situated on the Brahman. So if Krishna's energies are everywhere, but Krishna personally, he is in Golok Vrindavan. That's why he's saying all beings are in me, but I am not in them. That he is separate. He's separate from this creation. This is just his energy. Just like a big company is there, big owner of the company. Everything is happening under his rule, you know. He has thousands of workers. They're all working according to his rule. It doesn't mean he has become the workers. No, he himself is there, sitting in his home. But everything's happening under his order. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not perceivable through the gross material senses. It is said that Lord Sri Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc., cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under proper guidance is he revealed. So people say, show me God, show me God. Where is God? If God exists, I shall be able to see him. But you see, the mind exists, we cannot even see the mind. Air exists, we can't even see the air. And then how we are going to see God with these eyes? We have to be qualified. We have to have this qualification to be able to see God, right? The germs in front of us who are flying around, we can't even see those. We need a proper lens to see those germs, proper microscopic lens. So similarly, to see God, cannot see with this material senses. Then Lord Brahma is telling us how we can see God, as stated in Brahma Samhita 538, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. One can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda always within oneself and outside oneself. One has developed the transcendental loving attitude toward Him. This is how we can see God everywhere. But with love, and we have love for Krishna. The devotee is in the material world, but he understands because he has love for Krishna. Wherever he is going, he's saying, oh, this place belongs to my Lord. You know, Krishna is saying earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. They are all coming from me. They are my energies. So the pure devotee, wherever he goes, he understands, oh, this belongs to Krishna. This belongs to Krishna. So he never forgets Krishna. He's always seeing Krishna. Prabhupada would give the example that when a mother sees her son's shoes, so it's not that she's just seeing the shoes, she's immediately reminded of her son. She says, ah, these shoes belong to my son, because she loves him. So she'll immediately remember her son. So the devotee loves Krishna. So wherever he goes, he's reminded of Krishna. He knows everything is coming from Krishna. Krishna is saying that the material world is coming from him. Also the spiritual world is coming from him. Everything's coming from him. Is that okay?
Mm, yeah. So this is also like uh, in the translation, what they were trying to say is that only, right? That
Yes.
all the right. This is what they were trying to explain in the translation, right?
Yes.
This
Yes.
tattoo only.
This is what exactly Vasudeva is saying.
Hmm. Okay.
That you exist. You exist. Everything is in you, but you are not in everything.
Hmm.
And we cannot understand you by our senses. It's exactly what Vasudeva is saying, and Prabhupada is explaining here by giving us different quotations from Bhagavad Gita, from Brahma Samhita.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Um, Thus, for people in general, he is not visible. In the above mentioned verse from Bhagavad Gita, therefore, it is said that although he is all pervading, everywhere present, he is not conceivable by material senses. But actually, although we cannot see him, everything is resting in him. As discussed in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the entire material cosmic manifestation is only a combination of his two different energies, the superior spiritual energy and the inferior material energy. Just as the sunshine is spread all over the universe, the energy of the Lord is spread all over the creation, and everything is resting in that energy. So even the modern scientists will say that, that is everything is just a transformation of energy. Energy is never lost. It just keeps transforming. So we can see material energy. First, it is in raw materials. There is earth, there is water, there is iron, there is glass. Then they are combined and a big building will be made. Then after some years, that building is destroyed. But what happens is destroyed, but again it comes to those elements, right? There will again be water, there'll be the earth, there'll be the fire, there'll be, it just gets mixed up again with the elements. And of course, we, the soul, are there. That's how this material world is a combination of the material and spiritual energy. Because we, the souls, are here in this material world. Yet one should not conclude that because he spread all
Hare
over,
Krishna,
he has.
Shilpa-ji. So the spiritual energies, we souls, right? We, because we are spiritual,
Yes,
right? And the material energy is whatever we see around us, right? The
yes,
elements and everything. And we, so both are there. The two energies, both are there, right?
yes. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you.
And also the super soul is there.
Yeah. Super soul
Also
is
the
also.
super
Yeah.
soul is there, you know.
Yeah.
So
Actually, the Jivatma is the marginal energy. Right?
we are marginal energy, that's right. We are also called superior energy, spiritual energy, marginal energy. Yes. We are marginal, but we are spiritual. Because we are spirit souls. So yet one should not conclude that because he spread all over, he has lost his personal existence. To refute such arguments, the Lord says, I am everywhere and everything is in me, but still I am aloof. So people may think, okay, Krishna's energy is spread everywhere, so now God doesn't exist anymore. Because they may say, oh, take a piece of paper, cut the paper into small, small bits. Now the big paper is not there, only the small bits is remaining. But God is not paper. Paper is ordinary matter. We cannot compare God, the supreme spiritual being, with ordinary matter. So God always exists, and it's his energies that are distributed everywhere. So Prabhupada is explaining, for example, a king heads a government, which is but the manifestation of the king's energy. The different governmental departments are nothing but the energies of the king, and each department is resting on the king's power. But still, one cannot expect the king to be present in every department personally. That is a crude example. So, like there's a king or a president or prime minister, all the different departments are working under his order. Doesn't mean that the king or the prime minister has to be in every department. No, but they just follow his orders which are given. So Prabhupada is saying, okay, this is a crude example. So if an ordinary human being can have so much power that by his power entire nation is working, what to speak about the Supreme Lord? So similarly, all the manifestations that we see and everything that exists, both in this material world and in the spiritual world, are resting on the energy of the Supreme Godhead, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The creation takes place by the diffusion of his different energies. And as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, he is present, he is everywhere present by his personal representation, the diffusion of his different energies. So Krishna's energy is everywhere. So Krishna is everywhere. The Brahman is everywhere. The Paramatma is everywhere. Yeah. Any comments, questions?
No, clear. It's clear. Yeah.
Clear? Okay.
Yeah.
This goes on longer, so we'll stop here.
Yeah. 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 This is quite.
Or can we see the bits of papers that has been cut? Like they are the spirit souls, no? They are part and parcel that whole.
Yeah. That's
right?
right. But somebody may say, because if we take the example of paper, and then we cut it, and then we may say, okay, now that paper, that one God has now divided into many, many souls. So then everybody has become God, or there is no one God. One may give that example, but that's a wrong example then. This is what the point is. Right?
Yeah.
Because God is not paper. It's not matter. Although we are part and parcel of God, God also exists. We are also existing simultaneously. Is that okay?
Yeah.
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 Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because somebody may give that example, but as we said, cannot compare paper, which is material, to God, who's the original supreme being, spiritual being.
Mhm.
Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.